Welcome, welcome to the stream. New setup. Let me just make sure everybody can hear me. Apologies for any background noise in terms of my PC. I need to sort out my PC now. I've dusted off my PS4, so less noise hopefully will come out of that. But in terms of actual PC fan, can you hear me? Apologies for any background. Yeah, you can hear me. Welcome. I've got the. I'm not hearing the bloody place. I can't close down my windows completely. Hello guys, welcome back to the Manchester United match reactions. It's been a while. It has been a while since the last match reaction. The last match reaction I think was Premier League top 4. It was a pleasure watching it with you. If you're new to the channel or if you're continuing for my Premier League watch, it's been a while, leave a like, comment, subscribe, bottom right hand corner, share this video with your mates. I really appreciate you'd be a top man if you did. Leave your thoughts. Who was your man of the match for this game? I didn't expect this game to go so long, to be honest, and it shouldn't have gone this long. 120 minutes. We had to stretch it to extra time in a one-legged tie in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We're against Copenhagen. And we just Copenhagen did well. GG to them. Our players have got tired, but luckily I don't think that will affect anything in terms of fatigue. As you can see from here, Bruno Fernandes 95th minute penalty sealed the deal for us. But let's go back to that first half. We didn't start off the game well. We got a few chances in. We weren't doing absolute crap, but we were allowing Copenhagen to get a few chances of their own. And that immediately isn't a good sign. Copenhagen working balls throughout, just biding their time. Copenhagen, that's the plan, wasn't it? Once they get the ball, they pounce. That's what you got to do against Man United, and they were doing it. We didn't look clinical in that first 25 minutes in particular. Let me know your thoughts if I'm because the game went for a long time. So let me know if you watched clips of that game, or if you're just a Man United fan, Chelsea fan. Let me know. Just talk to me about football. Who do you think will win the Europa League? Because I haven't actually seen the actual other results. I think Inter Milan won. Did Inter Milan win? Don't even know. But yeah, we weren't clinical. We weren't ruthless in this whole game actually. But the first 30 minutes, not the best sign. But there's room for improvement. It wasn't complete crap, but we need to just Copenhagen, relax. Let us dominate now. And after the drinks break, we started stepping up a bit more. I think Mason scored a great goal, even though it was offside. Hit off the post in it, bottom left corner. Fantastic finish from Greenwood. He was, for a large portion of that first 90 minutes, Greenwood was our best chance of scoring a goal, which is good in terms of his development. But at the same time, if he's the best front three, if he's our best attacker or best creative playmaker, then it's a bit concerning, because other players, we were playing our strong team. We were playing Bruno, we were playing Pogba, we were playing Rashford and Martial. Martial wasn't even doing the best in the first 45 minutes for his standards. I think he wasn't doing that bad. But Rashford wasn't really doing anything. Bruno wasn't even getting involved in the game. I think Pogba apparently was pulling the strings. I didn't see much of that, but I've seen a few people say that Pogba was actually doing alright, to be fair. And to be fair, I don't think Pogba made that many mistakes. And I think he was playing a bit more deeper than he should have been. But that's because I think Matic wasn't there to allow him to go a bit more attacking. Fred was in CDM role this time, and Fred had an inconsistent game. First 20-30 minutes wasn't on the ball, but then when he started to pick things up in terms of the faster playmaking rhythm, it seemed the whole team kind of played a bit better. It was like if the CDM role, if the person playing CDM isn't playing good, Man United kind of like, we've got less impetus for attacking, to be honest. And whether it's Matic or Fred, we can see. But it's good to see Fred trying that CDM role, because people have been saying that Fred could do that role, and at least he got some minutes under his belt. But it's just he was inconsistent. It wasn't total crap. It wasn't total good. He was a bit mixed. Many people think that of Fred. Some people think that Fred isn't good enough. Some people think Fred is actually a good player. He wasn't doing that bad. But I think it was just a bit of both. I think the first 20 minutes he was doing crap a bit, and then once he started picking up the pace in the middle chunk of the game, I think Man United started picking things up a bit more. Not that Fred was the only reason for that, but I think he was helping the team out. But then 20 minutes after that, he's just gone to doing little to nothing anymore. So I know it's CDM, so you can't really always attack. But in terms of he lost the ball quite cheaply in some cases, but he wasn't the only one that was doing that. Just something that I noticed while playing this game or by watching this game. Leave a like if you haven't yet. Knights FN saying, "Who's Fred?" I think I know who you are, Knights. And you know who Fred is, mate. He's not bloody Freddie Flintstone, mate. Like Freddie Flintoff, the cricket player. He's bloody sick cricket player. He is. Yeah, and to be fair, yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made a couple of changes, didn't he? He made a couple of changes to the lineup. Let's see the lineup here. Yeah, so it was back to the strong team, which was good. I think that was a sensible decision to make. We want to take this seriously. We want to take Copenhagen seriously. We want to go for that trophy that Solskjaer needs to, lay the foundations for success. It's always good to have a cheeky little trophy, even if it's not the biggest one to start things off in his managerial career. But as you can see from the bottom right hand corner, let me scroll up so you can actually see. Yeah, you see the only changes from the typical our best starting 11. There was 2 changes from the typical starting 11 that we play in the Premier League. Bailly came in instead of Lindelof, and Fred came in terms of Matic. Let's talk about Bailly. I think Bailly had a great game. I think Bailly was covering for us a lot. Really good blocks, good tackles, less erratic with the ball. Maybe once he did like a two. He was too eager to get the foul, but to be fair, I've seen that before anyway with other centre backs. So apart from that, I think Bailly was great. He really just, God, thanks Knights for completely agreeing with me. Whether it's Bailly, yeah, you can't fault Bailly. You just can't this game. And it was a good opportunity. I was glad that Bailly was in. I was less scared when Bailly was put in instead of Lindelof, compared to when Fred was put into Magic, because obviously we hadn't seen Fred at the CDM role. But whereas for Bailly, I was like, oh, give him the opportunity to really prove himself alongside Maguire. And to be honest, this was a good. He's given Lindelof a run for his money. To be honest, even though Lindelof's consistently good throughout the season, so I'd expect Lindelof to come back. But I was wondering, why did Lindelof not start? Maybe it's because of fitness. Why did Madge start? I can get why Madge starts, because he's getting older. He gets a bit tired sometimes, more than Lindelof. But I don't know why Lindelof didn't start. But I was happy for it. Bailly came in, immediately starting. Our midfield got bypassed in a couple of moments, especially in the second half. Or no, the first half and the second half. Once our midfield tried to get the ball and the ball got past our midfield, our forward the back was a bit shaky. It was just a bit like it felt like, okay, Copenhagen could do something here. And Bailly was usually the one at the end of these second-hand balls, getting the ball out of play when he needed to, clearing it when he needed to, no nonsense defending, but also good, really some really important blocks. I think there's one chance in the first half that was like clearly like if they get a touch on, like that's at least a proper good save for Ramos, for Ramiro, or it's a goal. And Bailly just got in there straight away, cut out the danger before it could ever manifest. And he did that a lot. And I don't want to say he was like sensational, but he's solid 8 out of 10 performance, I think, from Bailly. I like to think it was 8 out of 10 from what I saw. I think after the second half, he didn't make as much of those blocks, but that's because we were dominating that second half more than Copenhagen. But Copenhagen had that little spell in the second half that was very, very dangerous. But apart from that, we actually stepped up in the second half, to be fair. Knight says, thank you for watching, mate. Knights FN says, what's your favourite match moment of this game? Oh, I think Martial's dribbling at the end of that first 90 minutes was something to behold, because it actually felt like he was trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, and that's what I wanted to see. That's what I want to see. I want someone seeing this, grabbing the game from the scruff of the neck. 62 people are watching this. This is crazy for me. I don't know if that's a glitch, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button for more Man United, FIFA, football content, whatever you want. Comment your thoughts down below and comment what you want me to do. Usually a career mode YouTuber, but I'm a Man United fan, and I wasn't too impressed with what we saw today. It was just like the last game against Lask. A bit disappointing to see that. Oh God, it's crazy, guys. 78 people are watching. Come on, guys, comment. Bloody hell. Oh my days, it's crazy, man. I'm just gassed to see that many numbers. Thank you so much, guys. I'm not bloody Mark Goldbridge, but yeah. Well, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so Copenhagen, yeah, just like the last game against Lask, against opposition that we should be doing better against, we're just falling below expectations. I don't understand what's happening here. You might have to give some of the blame to Ole, because some of the patterns of play aren't there sometimes. They just aren't. But at the same time, the players have to take responsibility, because there was a lot of times where Rashford wasn't doing much. He just wasn't. He needs to go more direct sometimes. In the second half, he did that, and to be fair to him. So, but still wasn't getting enough of the ball. He needs to be a bit more greedy, I think. I think someone in United stand, I think, what's his name? Flex, my boy. I love watching him. He said that Rashford has to be a bit more greedy, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was just trying to figure out what's going on in Rashford's head. Maybe it's because it's been a while. Maybe a lot of these players, they took a break from holiday. Maybe they're feeling a bit, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe they're just trying to settle in a bit. But I feel like I've used that excuse so many times in the last couple of games. I don't want to give them the benefit of doubt. And I know it was warm. I know it was really hot apparently in Cologne, but still, guys, it's bloody Copenhagen. It's not exactly like we shouldn't be going to the extra time to hanging on. Like realistically, we shouldn't be doing that. Darren Fletcher says it was a strange game. I didn't know whether it was a pre-season game and end of season game. The weather, exactly. United just didn't get to the level they have been at recently. It just shows that if you're not at it, you can make the game interesting. While it was 1-0, Copenhagen stayed in the game, and that made it uncomfortable for United. I think Darren Fletcher's got a spot on there, to be honest, mate. He's just said what I said. Knight says, who was man of the match, says Knights. Martial was the man of the match. I was looking for someone to... After that little scruff the neck, Messi type dribble at the end of the game, that unfortunately ended in a sick tackle. But Copenhagen's defense, GG to them, they did a really good. They really did put a number of our attackers. Like they took out some of our attackers, man. Really good defense, and just as soon as we always try shooting, just when we're about to shoot, bloody good tackle, and none was that more apparent than when Martial made that sick dribble inside the box, and he got tackled right in the last minute of the 90. But then Martial kept on going. I wanted to see in this extra time more impetus to attack. I wanted to start, okay guys, can we just like dominate the game? To be fair to Ole, he took out Greenwood, bring on Mata, and I was scratching my head. I was like, Greenwood's our best finisher right now. However, it seemed to work having Mata in the midfield and allowing Martial just a bit more free roam, I think, and Bruno Fernandes got a bit more into the game as well. Martial started doing more of those Messi type dribbles. Not Messi type dribbles, Martial on dribbles, mate. Martial FC, we rise. Fantastic dribbling from Martial in the back end of the game. Shame we didn't see more of that in the earlier games, but maybe because the whole team was a bit freeing up a bit more. We had more confidence. We had more ruthlessness. That's what we want to see in that extra time. And to be fair, as soon as that extra time whistle went, it did. I wanted United to be like, come on guys, what are we doing? And United were playing like that. We were like, what are we doing? We need to just step it up here, step up a bit of gear. Like, do we want to be in the semi-final of the Europa League, or do we not? Exactly. Phil Neville said, bloody. What I'm saying is bloody matching what's on screen. Phil Neville said himself, in the first period of extra time, United came alive, and they probably deserved to go through. So we did deserve to go through, but in terms of expectation, in terms of meeting the standard required of good football, no, not good enough. Especially with the great team we had there, and maybe it shows that without Luke Shaw, without Matic from the start, maybe he's just not good enough right now. You know what I mean? That's why we need reinforcements like Sancho. Even though Greenwood was probably one of our best players, but still we need someone just extra, a bit more sauce, and so we can have some good players on the bench. Because maybe Ole, I think Mark Aldridge said himself, he maybe doesn't trust his starting 11. I don't know. Thank you guys to everyone who's watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I do Birmingham City career mode content, and I'm just doing a break till season 4, episode 1. I need to try and win a trophy. I just escaped certain doom in terms of getting fired. I escaped getting fired. Check out those episodes if you haven't yet. It's on my channel. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Share this video with your mates. Let them know that Manchester United are Penchester United. We are going through to the semi-finals of the Europa League. Fantastic scenes of glorious emotion, as some YouTubers would say. That goalkeeper for Copenhagen, yeah, I forgot to mention, he was so sick. And yeah, we got that penalty, and it was a penalty. You could say it was a soft penalty, but it was a foul, I think. Come on, guys. Martial did so well to, again, dribble into the box, and I think we hit the bar again. We kept on hitting, to be fair, we kept on hitting the bar, so to be fair, on another day we could have got lucky if we got one of these goals in. So we were attacking. It was like a 6 out of 10 performance from United at best, and that's me being a bit generous. Could have been 8 out of 10 if we maybe got that first goal straight away and started actually building confidence with that kind of a team, I think. But yeah, we got the penalty. Bruno Fernandes gets a top left corner finish. You can never doubt the man then. You can never doubt Bruno Fernandes. He's a fantastic. We found our penalty taker, and to be fair, Rashford is a decent one as well, but Bruno Fernandes knows where the net is. He goes and gets the stat padder goals that he loves to get. And to be fair, the goalkeeper chose the right way, but too much power, too much direction, too much ruthlessness. Again, and again. Too many penalties, but too many goals. But I love to see it because we got to take everything we can get, can't we? It was a penalty, whether you like it or not. Thank you, Knights, for saying you'll check out my channel, my G. I appreciate you contributing in terms of commenting on the ball. Let me know who your man of the match was for Man United, or maybe Copenhagen. Maybe that goalkeeper was good enough. Maybe that goalkeeper for Copenhagen was the best player. Let me see, who's their goalkeeper? Anderson. Fair play to Anderson. He did a fantastic game against us. He chose the right. To be fair, nearly saved that penalty on another day. Everything was going well for him. But to be fair, I think Martial should have scored that one-on-one chance. I think maybe should have lifted it a bit more, but still a good save by what's his name? Anderson. Nearly forgot. Yeah, Anderson. But yeah, Martial. If there's one thing Martial might need to work on, I'm a massive Martial fan. If you haven't guessed, Martial needs to work on his 1v1s. I think there's still room for improvement. I think some goalkeepers, the goalkeepers tend to save a bit more goals if it's 1v1 against Martial. Not just him, to be fair, every attacker when they get 1v1, but he's our striker. I think he's more likely to score from the left wing, but he's good at holding up the ball like a striker. So yeah, 1v1, he needs to work on a bit better, I think. But to be fair, Anderson was having a great game. I've been saying, how many times? Drink a shot every time I said that, to be fair. Bloody hell. Oh, you didn't watch the match? To be fair, it's probably for the best. It's probably not the best game to be like, who was the man of the match, because I don't think a lot of you guys were watching. And I don't blame you guys. To be fair, it wasn't a boring game, but it was boring at parts for us. I think that second half, we dominated, we started stepping up a bit more, but after Copenhagen had that little spell of like really dangerous, it was like a one spell in the second half, but then after that we just started being lethargic, like with the tide, the weather maybe, it just seemed to be really getting to us, like we just couldn't be asked anymore. Like, yeah, let's just get the extra times, or let's get to the drinks break, for God's sake. But yeah, but at least Pogba was putting water on his head. It was like, come on guys, what are you doing? And BT Sport were just showing that the whole time. We're like, okay, we get it, you love Pogba, everyone loves bloody Pogba. What's Juan Mata saying? The team is quite tired physically. I guess that's an excuse again. We stay in Germany for quite some time, and hopefully we can win. Both teams got a little tired. I think, to be fair, Copenhagen had a little bit. They were going for it. They had to go for it, didn't they? And even before they conceded, because they want to be the underdogs. That's what happens. They played some good football in Crediton. We could have scored more goals in extra time. During extra time, we could have actually stepped up a bit more. But then again, in the second half of this extra time, we just started being lethargic again and started just holding out for a 1-0 win, which is a bit risky. It could have been another Southampton incident where we get the bloody last minute equaliser and it goes to penalties or something. Bloody hell. Mata says, I don't think it was complacency. They played some great football in their last game and we scored 1 goal. Of course, we're happier that we can score more, but now it's time to recover and wait and find out who we get in the next round. Wait, who are we going to get in the next round? Inter Milan won against Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, if we play like that against Inter Milan or Sevilla or Wolves, whoever beat each other in that game, Wolves versus Sevilla, we're gonna verse them in the semi-final. If we play like that against Wolves and Sevilla, it's gonna be a much bigger struggle, much bigger struggle, and we can't always rely on penalties. Can't always rely on that. But to be fair, we get penalties if we attack a bit more, and if they're legitimate. And the VAR checks them correctly, because they always do it well, VAR, then it's all good with me. But we need to step up in terms of finishing, clinical nature, because we could have ended this game if we were more clinical. We got unlucky with the post, but we need to stay on side a bit more as well. Join the Top Man army. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Become a top man. Everybody's watching this is a top man. It just is. And yeah, whether you're a Man United fan or not, or maybe, well, unless you're not salty about us getting another penalty, Twitter, I know, is going to melt down as we speak. God, Lukaku's going to bloody rip us to shreds. Like, watch Sanchez and Lukaku have the game of their lives if they versed us in the final. Like, because they're ex-Man United players, they're going to go for it. That's my paranoid nature going to get into me. Yeah, so once we got that goal, we were pretty confident we were going to win the game, to be fair. Lingard, much needed energy. Mata, it seemed that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did well. That substitution that I raised my eyebrow at, Mata, it seemed to pay off. But the only thing with Mata is that Mata's finishing's just gone downhill. It just has. My guy Knights, hashtag Top Man Army for life. You know, that's a good slogan. I should use that. Anyways, Top Man Army for life. God, yeah, I'll continue it if we bloody keep on winning games and getting more career mode wins. That's what I need to do. If yeah, James himself was saying, "Geez, if that's what Man United have to give, I don't think Sevilla, Wolves, or Inter will be particularly worried." That's probably Daniel James saying that. But who cares? What was I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, Mata's finishing is not good enough. Mata, when he's playing with good players, when he comes on, he's a good substitute to have because he can link up well with the better players like Martial, Bruno Fernandes. But in terms of finishing, bloody hell, he had so many chances to finish it, and he's just not doing it. It's not happening for him. I feel like if Mata got that one goal, I think his confidence would shoot up and just be even better. But to Mata, the substitution work from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The manager's credentials are also based upon what they do in terms of substitutions in the game, and in that case it worked. It was a bit concerning when they put Lindelof and Matic as defensive substitutions, but I think it was worthwhile because Lindelof, well, Bailly was going to get sent off, or one of the centre backs was going to get sent off, so you might as well get rid of Bailly, put Lindelof. Maguire's already comfortable with Lindelof, so get them two working together again. And also, so there's no point having Bailly and Lindelof when they haven't played that much together in terms of real games. Matic coming on for Fred, that's interesting. Maybe it was just to let Pogba do a bit more and also Bruno Fernandes do a bit more, which I think kind of worked, but it wasn't as effective as the Lindelof one and the Mata one. Lingard, energy by the couple of minutes, that's calm. McTominay in for Martial last minute. I know, right, Bobby? 158 watching, I'm like, where's this come from then? Maybe it's me introducing this whole technology where you can see multiple screens. Who would have thought? But yeah, I thank everybody who's watching this. Let me know, who do you think is going to win the Europa League, guys? Who do you think is going to win the Europa League? Because it's going to be very close, because some good teams left, even with Bayern Leverkusen out now. They were a good team themselves and got beat by Inter Milan. But yeah, if we play like this, it's not looking good. But at least we're through to the semi-finals and the pressure's off. Imagine if we were doing this and the Champions League football was still on the table and we hadn't qualified for Champions League already. Bloody hell, I'll be sweating of how bad we're playing. It was a better performance from last. We had to step up, but still the gears aren't turning too much. We're only doing it when there's extra time. We're playing a bit better there. Maybe Matic is the difference. Maybe he is the difference. Maybe Fred needs a run of games to get better, but he's not getting them at the moment. He's not getting one of games at the moment. Bobby saying it might be a glitch because we only have 3 likes. Do not ruin this excitement for me. Do not. It could be, I'm not surprised. But you know what? No matter how many people are watching, I appreciate the likes. I appreciate you commenting. Appreciate everything. You're a top man. Everyone's a top man. Whether you're a man, woman, or bloody referee who loves Man United. Fantastic. Yeah, who do you think? Inter will face Shakhtar Donetsk or Basel. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Yeah, there's a good team still as well. If they win the match, let's see what else is happening actually. When's the next game? It's on Monday, I think, isn't it? Next week. Lukaku sets Europa League goal record. He scored for a 9th consecutive Europa League game. Bloody hell, fair enough to him. Fair enough to him. I think it was quite an early game in terms of action. Barella, Lukaku get the goals, and then Havertz tries to claw one back, and then after that it wasn't really meant to be. Yeah, Havertz is going to go Chelsea. In terms of no worries, Bob. You don't have to say sorry. It's all good. I'm getting likes. I'm getting the views. In terms of getting 3 likes, at least 3 of you are watching the game, or me reacting. At least I don't mind. Yeah, Bobby, you're right. Credit to Copenhagen tonight. They did a fantastic job of just defending well. Goalkeeper was on fire. The attack was sometimes a bit shaky for us, making us a bit shaky in the back. And yeah, best of luck to them. Of course, I know isn't their manager Norwegian as well, fellow Norwegian, just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I think they were playing together in the World Cup. So fair play to him. And hopefully they have a good campaign next year. It's the 3rd time this season we have been to a semi-final, says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So we're delighted to get through. We deserved it. Their keeper was unbelievable. He gets it. And we hit the post a few times. Yeah. It could have been one of those nights. Yeah, it was feeling like one of those nights when it was like hitting the bar a lot. Their keeper was class. Yeah, their keeper was class, mate. They were well organised with a game plan. I knew they would be hard to break down, so we had to be patient. We knew we would get chances. Our attackers will always create chances. Yeah, okay. Mr. Wolves or Sevilla, two good teams we don't mind. Yeah, front three was a bit lackluster. I think Rashford needs to step up a bit more. We can see it, but maybe it's one of those things again. Rashford seems to be a player that you give him a run of games to get going again, then he'll get better again. Because I think they're back in the Premier League who's doing better and better. So hopefully that happens in Europa League as we continue to build, play our first 11, semi-final and final. We'll bloody need to, against such good teams available still left in the competition. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. You know, considering this was a later stream than anticipated, I think this has been a fantastic stream. It's good to be back doing these streams now. You've given me bloody confidence in terms of whether it's a glitch or not. Semis will be tough. The semis will be tough. We need to step up, but we can. Solskjaer will know that we'll have to step it up, and the players need to get out of that lethargic mode, get used to the weather, and just ask themselves in the mirror, do you want this trophy or bloody not? Just make your mind up, because if we don't, we don't. But it could be a shame. It could be the start of something if we win the Europa League. And it'll symbolise us actually having a winning mentality, and that's what we want to see with Man United all the time. It doesn't matter what competition it is. Sancho, he is coming to United, probably. I think Dortmund director said today that Sancho would never, well, he's not going to play. He's most likely not going to play for United this season or next season. He'll be staying at Dortmund, but he says that the sporting director of Dortmund always says that for any player that's about to leave. Like he did it for Aubameyang and he did it for Dembele, didn't he? So I don't know what's happening. But yeah, so if history repeats itself, it's going to happen again. And obviously, he's not going to say Man United in for him. They're not going to do that, are they? Realistically, they're just not going to say that. And of course, this whole thing with the deadline or something, like realistically, there's no deadline. If we're in talks, we're in talks, as I think Mark Goldbridge said himself. So, not about Goldbridge, but other, like, where's the deadline the thing come from? It's like, I know Dortmund are gonna go on the tour, but footballers have planes, fam. Like, we can just fly, fam. Like, or just travel quickly. They're rich. Like, they've got money to just, if they sign a deal, they've got it. You know what I mean? I think Jadon Sancho's already has it. People saying personal terms already agreed. It's all about that final installment. And we'll get there. I think we'll get there in time. I think this whole thing in terms of Sancho not being available is a red herring from the sporting director, who has a known history of such things. So he's coming to United, I think. If he doesn't, I'll be pissed off. But do you know what? We should focus on Europa League for now. We can, even without Sancho, we should be winning Europa League, or at least getting to the final at least. I think Wolves and Sevilla, if we actually play to our best, we can beat them. Simple as that. But can we play at the best? We'll see, man. This match has got, these last two matches have got me a bit shaken about if we can actually play to that top level consistently. We'll need to in the cup competition. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't want to look at the, yeah, I don't know. I was going to look at the Premier League table then. Yeah, I might do a stream if Sancho comes to the club. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on that, let me know in the comments below after the video's gone live, or you can write down right now quickly if you want. Yeah, if you've missed some of my top-notch football analysis, bloody hell, do not hesitate to rewind and see some of that brilliant football analysis from the top man himself. But you guys are top man as well for contributing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later for the next Manchester United game. It'll be 8 o'clock again next week, won't it? Against what is it? Sevilla Wolves. So so it's going to be around 10:15, 10:30, unless there's obviously God, someone live streaming. Unless there's extra time again, and then it'll be like 10:45. I'll schedule it. Don't you want to miss it? Ring notifications on if you don't want to miss a video. Career mode coming soon by the end of next week. Maybe a new game, Fall Guys, I'm thinking of playing. And Last of Us 2 coming tomorrow in terms of a stream. I'm very excited to play that again. Episode 3, we'll be exploring the city. But yeah, let me know. Of course, after the video you can comment as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Love you. Top man. Okay, that was a bit weird. I don't know why I did that.